Right, so welcome back to another review, and today we're going to take a look at the Sabbat Vooplay, so the latest and greatest from Sabbat. The E12 and the X12 is pretty popular with the community, so really excited to review this guy. And actually, from the title of this video, this is a pretty solid TWS. It's a pretty likable TWS. It has some cons, but overall it's a well-rounded kind of kit, and we're gonna discuss why here in this video. So let's take a look at the specs first. So this has Bluetooth 5.0, so this is something that you want to see in 2020. AptX support for those Android devices, Android users, nice to have. CVC 8.0 noise suppression for your mic. 6 hours of charge, around 4 hours in my actual usage. Type-C connector as well, and 20 to 20 kHz. Frequency range and also wireless charging. I did use this with my key wireless charger and works like a charm. So definitely for $50, it's well spec'd with that aptX and also wireless charging. And also a pretty good battery life as well, and a nice case also. So build quality, it's made of faux leather and pretty good looking overall. It has the Sabbat logo at the top, so definitely feels premium and looks upscale with that kind of faux leather. It's in the small side in terms of the size. It's much like the Haylou GT1 Pro in terms of the size. Definitely the size is nice, really compact with this one. This is akin to the AirPods in terms of the overall size in the hand. Going inside, that's a magnetic lock, which does feel nice. Also, it has a battery indicator. So overall, the case does look good. With that USB-C, it just looks good. Fit and finish is good overall. Much like the Sabbat X12 and E12, I do like the overall fit in this one. If there's one con that I encountered, sure, the faux leather does look good, but this does scratch easily compared to your other counterparts. So like in my copy in the letter A, that's a small scratch. So this is not something that you want to just throw in your bag. I would recommend putting this in a pouch, and it's something that you need to take care of. Loops wise, this is an open kind of design. This is not your in-ear kind of design. This does remind me of the AirPods and of course the X12. This is the fit on the ear. So actually, frankly, for me, this is not that good fitting on my ear. So it will depend on your ear shape. I let a person with small ears try this one, and does fit well in her ears. But for me, sometimes it's a bit loose on my ear, and it does sometimes fall off my ear, which is a bit unfortunate. I need to adjust it from time to time. So not the best fit in this one. So it will depend on your ears. In terms of looks, it will be a love and hate kind of thing for you. It will depend if you like that or not. I do like it. It's more of a Surface Buds kind of design for 1/4 the price. So overall, I am okay with the shape. It's a unique look on my ear. In terms of controls, it's a tactile button. It's not a touch-based system. So in terms of the connection, this does connect really well. I didn't encounter disconnection even if I went outside. It's around 5 meters of actual range in my usage. And again, I'm using it in my day. I didn't encounter any major disconnection, so that's nice. In terms of latency, it's also nice, around 50 ms. Not the fastest that I have used, but for gaming, it's pretty passable. So 50 ms, you can barely notice it, but it's not that bad. Right, this is the mic test of the Sabbat Vooplay. This is the mic quality that you are gonna get. So it's definitely an understandable kind of mic. It's not the clearest that I have heard, but definitely usable in this one. You can understand what I am saying. But let's test it with some people talking in the background. This is the mic test of the Vooplay with people talking in the background. This is the sound quality that you are gonna get. So yes, still understandable. You can definitely still understand what I am saying, but again, it's not the clearest mic that I've heard, but definitely usable in this one. The mic with the advertised CVC 8.0 is actually just okay for me. So I would say not so bad for the price, but definitely not the best that I have listened to. Right, moving on to the sound. This is a pretty pleasing sounding TWS. It's a well-rounded kind of kit, and I would say it's a very likable kind of sound. So the signature in this one is gearing towards more of a bright kind of signature. So this is not a bassy IEM. But what I really like about this one is the vocal positioning is really good. That's a good tuning, especially for some casual listening. It's also not that aggressive sounding. So the signature is more in the bright side. So as you can see, it has a bit of a bump at around 1K to 2K. So again, the vocal positioning is really good in this one. Also has a peak at around 10K, which gives this more fun, but it's not a super peaky IEM, so it's still well controlled on top. It just gives a bit more fun in the sound. But as you can see from the bass region, this is not a bassy IEM. So it's a musical sounding IEM. It's a very lively sounding, and also a smooth sound as well with the dynamic driver in this one. And also what I like about this one is this a non-fatiguing kind of listen, so you can listen to it for a long listening session without any issues. So they were able to find a balance that it's still pretty revealing but not overly aggressive to listen to. So again, for casual listening, this is really good. So the highs have fairly good extension. It doesn't feel lacking at the top. It's not sibilant as well, so well controlled. This will be good for even treble sensitive crowd, and also has some micro detail as well. However, one con in this one is it can be a bit thin on top, so it's not that peaky, but it has a bit of a peak still. So for some cymbals, like maybe in Michael Jackson Beat It, it's lacking a bit of body for me, but not that much, but still worth to mention. So the mids are one of my favorites for a TWS for sure. This is the strength of the Vooplay. It's in the smooth side of presentation, more in the lush side in presentation, and the vocal positioning is really good. So if you're into vocals, maybe the Vooplay should be your pick. The vocals are also not that shouty to listen to, so no fatigue to listen to in this one. It's slightly revealing as well, but not the most revealing that I have heard. This won't beat out your multi-driver counterparts like maybe your E10s or even your CX10s. Those will be more revealing compared to this one. So I like the mids in this one more than the highs. I think the mids is the strength with the Sabbat Vooplay. So bass is not that prominent in the mix. It's slightly boomy in terms of the overall presentation. So this does remind me of the X12 in a way, but if I remember correctly, this is even less bassy compared to your X12. So if you found that the X12 is lacking some bass for you, you might not like this one. So there's some sub bass but not super deep. So because of that open kind of design on your ear, so the bass response is not that prominent in the mix. So if you're into bass, you might like the E12 Ultra, the Sabbat more. Even the X12 is a bit more bassy compared to this one. But again, for the bass response, it will depend on your ear shape. So for some ear shapes, this might really fit, or maybe even have some isolation on your ear and might give a better bass response for you guys. But for me, it's a bit loose on my ear, so it's not that bassy to listen to. So your mileage may vary on this one. If you want more bass response, you might want to get maybe a silicone case with this one if it's already available. That might give you a bit more bass response. So the soundstage is not that big in this one, pretty intimate overall. So it reminds me of the AirPods in terms of the overall soundstage. Imaging is also not the best that I've listened to. Separation is also not that good with this one, with that smooth sound, and also a fairly small stage. Separation is not that good. Actually, for me, this has a bit of congestion, so really smooth in terms of the overall presentation in this one. So this won't be something that you want to use for some monitoring or any mixing work. So overall, yes, in terms of the sound, this is a pretty well-rounded kit, especially for casual listeners. This is a very pleasing kind of listen. There's no weird parts of the spectrum, and the vocals is really good in this one. So I would say overall, even if it has some cons, still very good sound overall, especially for some casual listening. So let's try to compare this with other IEMs. So compared to the Haylou GT1 Plus, so the GT1 Plus is more balanced on the ear. Similar in terms of the friendliness in the sound, but the GT1 Plus is even more relaxed on the ear. The bass is more prominent in the GT1 Plus. Because of that closed kind of design with the GT1 Plus, you can hear the bass better. However, overall, I do like the listen in the Vooplay more than the GT1 Plus. It's a bit more detailed, a bit more revealing sounding, and also I do like the vocal positioning with the Vooplay more than the GT1 Plus. But definitely, if you like more bass, you might like the GT1 Plus more. So compared to the KZ S2, the S2 is more revealing sounding. The bass is more prominent in the mix. The S2 has more shimmer as well on top. The S2 is even more lively, more aggressive to listen to. I find the separation a bit better in the S2 as well, a little bit cleaner in terms of the overall sound. The Vooplay in comparison is a more friendly sound on the ear, a bit more relaxed than the S2, and also smoother as well in terms of the overall presentation. So the S2 is more of an audiophile, kind of listen on the ear. It's brighter, has more shimmer, a better separation, and also touch more detail as well. The Vooplay is more of a casual listening TWS. It's a bit smoother, more friendly, good vocal positioning. So again, this will be kind of a toss-up. It will depend on your preference and what you're looking for. If you're looking for an audiophile kind of listen, might want to go with the S2. If you're looking for a more casual listening IEM, you don't want any fatigue, you might want to go with the Sabbat Vooplay. So overall for the Sabbat Vooplay, I would say it's a well-rounded kind of kit, very Sabbat kind of product. That's pretty good specs, Bluetooth 5.0, wireless charging, pretty good battery life as well. The case also looks good and also a unique look on your ear as well. And the sound is pretty good, especially for the price that you are paying for, especially for a casual listen. So definitely if you're looking for a TWS and you are, a casual listener, this will be a really good pick for you. The vocals is really good in this one as well. So if you're into vocals also, you might want this one as well. However, things that may deter you from getting this one is if you don't like the fit on the ear of this kind of shape, a non-in-ear kind of shape, you might stay away from this one. This might not fit your ear nicely. If you're looking for more of a bass head IEM, you might like this one as well. And also if you're looking for a monitor kind of listen, a more kind of audiophile kind of listen, you might not like this as well. But again, if you are a casual listener, nice pick, and this one I would say is well worth the price that you are paying for. So that's my review of the Sabbat Vooplay. If you have additional questions, let me know down in the comments below. And I would like to thank Soul Audio for sending this over. Links down below for the shop. And I'm going to see you guys in the next zpolt review. Goodbye.